check out this video I took while I was out in Western Queensland and have a think about the whole idea of momentum and what that means for you, particularly when times are tough and you might be struggling to reignite your momentum. Can you hear that? Can you hear all that force in the engine? This is one of our famous road trains. Just pulling off now. The sheer force that truck has to engage in order to get that momentum going is phenomenal. And just listening to that engine really reminds me of when something happens in ourselves, just how much force and effort and energy do we need to put in order to get that momentum back. And this is where I really think it's important for us as humans who don't have mega sized engines like a long haul truck is action precedes motivation. And what I mean by that is stop waiting for motivation to come, stop waiting for motivation to kick in and get that momentum up and running. You need to act in spite of what you might be feeling. Action comes before the motivation. When you start acting, then you start to get your momentum going and motivation comes with it, and that makes it then easier to keep going. I also believe that when we're really struggling for momentum, particularly in times of uncertainty or crisis or change, and if that uncertainty has been prolonged as well, then in order to get your momentum back up and running, go for the quick wins. And one of the ways you can do that is by making your goals a lot shorter. What are the short goals that you can put in place to get a quick win, to feel good, to get that momentum up and running again? The biggest thing that gets in the way of our success is when we lose our momentum and having to try and pull that back up again for ourselves as self-leaders, but also for our teams. We are not big, huge, long-haul cattle trucks out in the desert that have got massive engines. We've got to do it ourselves. Action, then motivation. You've got this. Oh, if we had smelly video, you could smell the cattle too.